And we're back with the Screen Team on today's Talk 930 KWOC and 93.3 FM. We're being brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, where Walmart is next door to us. 33 Productions. They proudly support OFRA, the Boys and Girls Club, UCAN, and the Bread Shed, and finally Poplar Bluff Drywall. They do everything from interior to exterior finishing. Give them a call at 714-3127. Poplar Bluff Drywall, we rock. We're now being joined by Brittany McKay. Brittany, how are you?
Hey, I'm just hunky-dory.
How was your Halloween? Did you get a lot of candy last night?
No.
No?
I live in the sticks, man.
No trick-or-treaters, huh?
And no place to go trick-or-treating either.
Well, we just got done talking about When the Game Stands Tall. Coach had nothing but good things to say about it. This next film in our faith-based show is a movie that had a lot of controversy with it. It came out earlier this year in 2014. It's called Noah, and it stars Russell Crowe, Jennifer Connelly, and Ray Winstone. Also, Emma Watson from the Harry Potter movies. So before we talk about whether or not we like the movie, let's talk a little bit about the controversy. Because the controversy from a lot of people was that this movie didn't really depict what the Bible teachings had to say about Noah. Is that fair to say?
I think you could probably say that, yeah. I said there's a guy named Noah and a boat and a lot of water. And that's about as close as it gets.
Yeah. So basically, the movie kind of has the same kind of story. God comes to Noah and says, "Hey, I need you to take care of this for me. I need you to build an ark."
Gives him a job.
Gives him a job. I need you to build the ark. I need you to save all the animals, and I need you to do it soon because it's about to get
rain.
It's about to get deep, right?
It's about to get deep. Yeah.
So Russell Crowe, Noah, does that, and there's a whole bunch of other little details to the story that comes forth that really isn't true to the Bible, and that's where the controversy
they used
is.
a lot of Hollywood license.
Yeah.
We'll put it that way.
I
don't particularly hold it against them.
Yeah. What were some of the things in the movie that were kind of maybe wishy-washy?
Well, in the movie it portrays Noah getting this vision from God in a dream, and then from drinking some herbal tea, we'll say. I mean, I don't know what else to call it.
Yeah.
Some kind of funky tea gave him visions.
Yeah.
You can imagine. When in the Bible, it's very specifically talks about God spoke to Noah. He talked to him.
Yeah.
And I think that's a little too much for Hollywood to comprehend, that they can't really understand God speaking to a person directly. And so they had to do it in visions. Don't you think, Coach?
Yeah,
That bothered me a little.
Yeah, it was one of those movies that I think I went to the movie knowing that was going to probably be part of the...
I didn't know that. I hadn't heard anything about it.
I guess I just always assume sometimes Hollywood's going to take some what do you call it?
Literary license.
Yeah. And we were discussing before, I don't have it right in front of me, but in the Noah story's not more than a couple pages in the Bible. And you were asked what it was a controversy. Well, Noah had 3 sons, and
this is another one. Yeah,
yeah, he had 3 sons, and they were all married, and they helped him build the ark. And then it was only those 8 people that were on the ark, biblically. That's pretty clear. But in the movie, 2 of the boys aren't married, and then when they get on the ark, when the ark is, these people are trying to get on the ark once they see that the rain's coming.
Yeah.
They start finally believing the story.
They start thinking, hey, yeah, we must
they're
be.
like, okay.
And one guy sneaks on the ark.
Kind of a shady character, right?
So actually, instead of having 8 now, you have 6 because the 2 boys aren't married. The 2 younger boys aren't married, and then you got the 7th guy that's sneaking around, and then so that's none of that is biblical, and so they.
And another thing that you said, Brittany, was that in the Bible, God's purpose was that He wanted Noah, after all this was done, to repopulate, and but in this movie, Noah's having struggles with that, and he wants to kill off the seed
he
immediately.
Basically goes a little nuts.
Yeah.
Is the way they portray him. And I mean, I don't get me wrong. I think 40 days and 40 nights on a boat, anybody's going to be a little nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they portray him as like cheese slipped off the cracker kind of nuts. You know what I mean? And I just don't think that's
accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's scriptural, you know?
And here's the thing. If you would have what was in the Bible, that what was in the movie was in the Bible, well,
It'd be a very short movie. Wouldn't
yeah.
it?
Well, what I'm saying is, I didn't say that right. If the scriptures were really based on the movie, it'd be harder to believe than, to me, what the Bible actually put in.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So Hollywood feels like they gotta. They have this
jazz it up.
Yeah, with the Watchers, these stone men.
Yeah, there was like rock guys, right?
Yeah, they were
these
fallen angels.
bad rock
that God had turned into
men.
rock men, basically by coating them with mud and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty
That's
Hollywood.
entertaining.
That's what I
If
said.
you just don't,
it is entertaining.
If you don't go thinking you're going to get this faith-based
right.
movie, that you're not going to get that. It's just no way. But
it
know,
is entertaining, and
so,
it is. I think the production value is amazing.
You said you like the CGI too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The scenes where the animals are coming to the ark, you know, and that's all computer generated. But to me, it looked very real, very realistic. And I've told you this, Chris, but one of my favorite scenes is that scene where the camera pans back from the globe, from the Earth, and just as the rain's starting to fall and there's hurricanes all around the Earth, just covered in hurricanes. And I said, I bet that's exactly how it was. It was just hurricanes
and
all
water
over
coming
it.
actually from up.
Yeah,
from
I told
up,
that to Chris this morning too.
Yeah.
like springs coming up out of the
Amazing.
earth,
yeah.
which there's water there. So anyway,
Let me ask you this, Coach, because one of the things that I thought was interesting is the portrayal of the wickedness of man. And granted, it was so bad, God said, I'm going to start from scratch.
Right.
It's so bad, basically. But in just a few generations from Adam and Eve, just a few generations to where we get to the story of Noah, we've killed every tree on the planet. We've killed almost everything green. The only thing green is just on the mountains where...
and that's what the movie's portraying, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
in the movie, and I'm just
I
wondering.
think that's a little political.
I think that's you get a little close to pushing the old environmentalist wacko theme there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not sure that in just those few generations that we had killed every tree on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Granted, we were evil, we were wicked, we were sinful, and we messed it up big time. Man in general, not we as in the three of us.
Another thing,
but you know what I'm saying?
Another thing you had pointed out was that you didn't think that the costumes were very accurate either.
Well, I love the costumes.
Yeah.
Did you catch it?
Now help me out there.
Chris didn't really notice.
I didn't.
The very first thing I noticed when it very first started, you got the scene of Noah when he's a boy, and then all of a sudden he's an adult and his wife. And the first scene that shows her, I went, now wait a minute. He's wearing a leather jacket, and she's wearing pants. I just thought they got a little creative with their costuming, too. I kind of liked it.
Yeah.
I kind of dug it, but then again, I kind of like those modern versions of Romeo and Juliet where they're wearing modern clothes and things like that, too. But, I mean, I didn't think the costuming was terribly accurate. However, what do we know about what they wore? I mean, really, truth be told.
Yeah. So
they may have been wearing leather jackets and we just didn't know it.
So what do you guys think? One and done with you guys, or would you watch this again?
I watched it twice when they had it out.
So twice and
done.
done.
At least,
Yeah.
And like I say, I thought it was entertaining. I found it interesting. But when I watched it, I didn't know about all this previous controversy and all that kind of stuff. I don't have TV at home, so I kind of miss out on a lot of that stuff. And I really didn't know that there was all this controversy around it. So I was watching it as a blank slate.
But you noticed it, even not knowing all the stuff. Okay.
Well, if you've read your Bible, it's kind of easy to notice.
Yeah.
And that's if you don't get caught up in that, and
exactly.
which I think you just got to be careful as a Christian to not get caught up in that and understand when anytime you see a faith-based movie or quote a movie based on the Bible, I guess would be a way to say that. Is that you just got to be careful that you're thinking you're going to go see this everything that's biblically correct in your view, and a lot of people that can be also in the eye of the beholder. But this is not one of the movies, Chris, that I'm going to, it comes on TV and you're going to watch it every time you see it. Yeah. You're going to watch part of it because it just intrigues you. Where honestly, there's a lot of other. I mean, when the game stands tall, if that comes on, it'll draw me into it. Yeah. I don't think this is the kind of movie it's a one and done for me. Honestly, that's just the way it is. But,
okay. There we go. That's Noah. Coming up after the break, we're going to review Fireproof. It's next on Today's Talk 930 KWOC.